Yeah, I'm Matt Jones with the 218 Group. I remember one summer I had the opportunity to fill in for a senior pastor while he was away on sabbatical. And while he was gone, I had a great deal of responsibility, a lot of things that I had to take care of. During that time, we reworked the personnel manual. We worked on staff evaluations and budgets. We funded and built out our children's ministry area and even relocated office staff into a completely new facility. There was a lot going on, and I carried heavy responsibility through that entire time. Now, one of the things I didn't have, though, was a lot of authority. So every time that I made a decision, it was viewed through the lens of what had the senior pastor communicated to other people that I had the ability to do. And regularly, as I was trying to carry out my responsibilities, I ran into this question of whether or not I had the authority to do the things that I was trying to do. In the years since then, I've learned that that's a very common thing in a lot of organizations where people have been given responsibility and being held accountable for doing certain things, but yet they haven't been given the authority to carry out the very things that they're being measured against. So I want to encourage you as a church leader, as a pastor, for you to consider that as you're holding people accountable, that you need to make sure that you've given them not just the tools and the resources to do their job, but you've also given them the authority to where when they say, these are the things that we're going to do in my area, that people understand and respect that. The way you do that as a church leader, if you're part of the board, or a church as a senior pastor, is that you communicate widely that this person, in my case, that Matt is in charge, and what Matt's saying is in line with what we've asked him to do. Now, if something goes a little bit wrong, you'll have the ability to go back and to have that conversation with that staff member or that area leader and help correct them. And we're going to talk about that, the difference between abdicating and delegating, in another message. But you'll have the ability to go back and make those corrective actions and even clean up some things if you do. But what you will end up with is a team member who is more committed, more able to carry out the things they're being held accountable doing, more successful, and overall that's really what you're shooting for. You're going to have a great team of people who are excited about what they're able to do and not feeling like they're limited constantly because they're being held accountable. They have responsibility, but yet they don't have the authority to do what they need to do. So make that change as soon as you can and watch your team thrive.